everyone, I hope you're well. So today's video is a date story time. I'm very excited to start my story time dating series. I have been single for 9 months now. I've been doing the whole dating app kind of thing and I've been loving it and have met an awful lot of interesting characters along the way. So I wanted to start a new series called Dates with Kate. I think I need a theme tune or something, don't I? Dates with Kate. Dates with Kate. Woo! I would also like to add a little disclaimer before I get into the video, which is to say that I didn't go on any of these dates expecting to ever talk about them or just to get a story out of them, if that makes sense. It's just so happened that I have got a lot of great stories. I wanted to share them with you to let you know that you may not be the only one who's having very bizarre date experiences these days. At the end of each video, I'm also going to be scoring my dates on a range of things such as the etiquette, the date venue, the snog. This is the first in the series and I'm going to be talking to you about a date I went on back in February. I've given like a nickname to all of my dates that I've been on. This one is the tale of Mr. Keen, who I'm going to nickname Lee for this video. So Lee and I got started chatting on Tinder, my current preferred dating app of choice. So we swapped numbers and moved it over to WhatsApp quite quickly because we had a mutual friend. He actually went to uni and was quite close with one of my best friend's boyfriends. So being as we had a mutual friend, I knew that he wasn't going to be too terrible. Like, I kind of trusted my friend's judgment and decided to go on a date with him. But I did get warning signs before the date even started. I still have our WhatsApp conversations on my phone and they are baffling. So one of the first warning signs I had was when he kept asking me to follow him on Instagram via WhatsApp. Every day he was like, follow me on Instagram. What's your Instagram? Oh, you haven't followed me on Instagram yet? Stuff like that. And I was just like, oh mate, like, are you just going on dates purely to build your Instagram following, or do you really want to get to know someone? The second warning sign was when we were trying to arrange a date and I said to him I was free either Wednesday or Friday, and he said, I'm going to quote this, perfect, we'll lock in Wednesday and then we can have a wild one on Friday, winky face. I literally said to him, I replied, let's see how Wednesday goes first, winky face. And then he replied to that saying, well yeah, for sure, feeling quite strongly though, to be fair, you seem really lovely. What? Firstly, I'm not going to go on a date with you twice in 1 week. That's not going to happen. Even if I fall in love with you, I'm not going to see you again later that week. Absolutely not. Secondly, how can you feel quite strongly about how great this is going to be when you literally know nothing about me other than we have a mutual friend and you've seen how many Instagram followers I have? Literally baffling. Anyway, went on said date. We met on a Tuesday night and we went to a bar which he suggested. I've written it down here. It's called Old Schoolyard. Quite a good date venue actually. They've got like loads of arcade games and like fusible tables in there, so there are activities to do if the date is going terribly and you need some other source of entertainment. And also the cocktails are great, and I remember there being a happy hour as well. So I would recommend that date venue definitely, for sure. But when I got there, he was sitting by the entrance, like sprawled out in a booth, and he had not one, not two, but 3 beers in front of him. One he was drinking, one was empty because he downed that, and the other was apparently for me. I was just like, would you not just text me and ask me what drink I wanted? Or are you just being polite and saying that beer is for me when it's absolutely not at all? You're just a bit embarrassed about the fact that you bought yourself 3 beers before a date. Warning signs. One thing that did immediately stand out when we were chatting was he's quite selfish. He didn't ask me anything about myself on the entire date, nor did he make me laugh once. He just wanted to talk about himself all night. I remember us talking about dating stories and I was like, I've got the best dating stories, and he was like, oh yeah, so I went on this date. I was like, oh yeah, mine are good too, and he just didn't ask me. He just wasn't interested at all in what I had to say. I think he was just too busy talking about himself. I'm going to share with you 2 little date stories that he told me that he had, because I think it shows what kind of a person he was. The first date story he said was he met a girl on Tinder, they went on a picnic, and about 5 minutes into the date he realised that she was holding her hands funny, like she was just like eating food, but he noticed that her hands looked a bit odd. So then he took a closer look and realised she was missing her middle 3 fingers, I think, so all she had was a little finger and a thumb. And he said that he couldn't stop staring at it for a while, and then he made up an excuse that he had to go meet some mates and just left this girl. And I was like, what? Like, looks must be very important to you if you're happy to just leave a girl on a first date after 10 minutes and just bugger off. That's quite rude. He also said that he went on a picnic date with another girl, and 3 minutes into the date she jumped on him, like pounced on him and started just knocking his face off. And then apparently she told him she was a nymphomaniac, and they spent the rest of the day having sex at his flat. So very interesting. Another thing was he seemed to overthink everything. Like, when I did get a word in, or when I did say how I felt about something, then he overthought it. I actually wrote down in my notes on this date, wait one sec, 28th of February at 9:30, he said, "You're making me think, which I don't do often." Who says that on a date? And he kept asking me if I was happy, like, about, I'm not joking, about 10 times on our date. He was like, "Are you happy?" Like, whenever there was an awkward silence, "Are you happy?" I was like, yeah, stop asking me that. Like, I'm fine, I've got a cocktail. So yeah, I think I did get quite drunk because I kissed him. Shouldn't have done that. Because of that, he asked me back to his after the date, which I was like, no, I'm fine, no, absolutely not. Like, never on a first date, that's just not me, and I wouldn't want to. Even if I liked you, probably wouldn't. I ordered myself a taxi. The taxi came and he was like, oh, can I get in it with you and you can take me home on the way? And I was like, what is happening? What is happening? One, his house wasn't on the way back to mine, it was a completely different direction. 2, I would happily do that if it was a friend or a partner of mine, but for some random guy to just be like, oh, can I get in your taxi and drop me home? I'm just like, no. So after that, it also got a little bit more hilarious. He texted me asking me if I got home safe. I replied saying, yes, I did, thank you. He texted me back saying, are you happy? I said, huh. Can't say I'm feeling my happiest today, exclamation mark. And then he texted me again the next day saying, are you seeing me again, Snooks? Kiss, kiss, kiss. I didn't reply. I have to admit, I'm not the best at letting people down or telling them that I don't want to see them again. It makes me feel incredibly awkward and upset. In a way, I kind of prefer that to be the other way around. Like, if I was to ask someone, do you want to go on a date with me? I'd rather them just not reply. I think that would hurt me less than them saying, oh no, we're not good for each other, because if I thought we were, then that would be upsetting for me, if you get my drift. Anyway, I didn't reply to him. Let me just say that again. He said, are you seeing me again, Snooks? Didn't reply. And then a week later, he texts me saying, hey, sorry, I've been really busy this week. I'll be honest though, I'm not sure if I'm keen to meet again though. You seem really nice, but it's really not for me. A few things just weren't clicking. Take care. Hope it all goes well for you. What? When he texted me that, I literally wet myself laughing. Why are you texting as if I've asked you on another date? I haven't. I've not replied to you. The last message you said is, are you seeing me again? You obviously did. Things obviously were clicking for you. Why do you have to turn it around and be like, no, I'm gonna say that I don't want to see her again, instead of just letting it go? I love that text so much. It makes me laugh so much. That was my date with Lee. What a delight. I think that was like my 4th Tinder date. So I text my mum after every single date. For this one, on the date, I text her a 6 out of 10, and then the next morning I text her a 2 out of 10, because looking back at it, I was just like, oh, there are lots of warning signs. So, time for the Dates with Kate scoreboard. Overall date, I would give a 4 out of 10. Date location, I would probably give it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It's a bit out of the way. I can't remember if it's near a station or not, but it was fun and the drinks were good, so I'd give that an 8 out of 10. Date etiquette, we went Dutch. He bought me a beer. I don't even know what to give that. Oh, you know what? I'd give it a 2, because he didn't ask me any questions about myself. He didn't really listen to what I said. He didn't make me laugh. 2 out of 10. Looks, I'd give him a 7. He was definitely my type. He was kind of like, he looked like a cheeky chappy, had a really beautiful smile, nice eyes, like very handsome, just shame about the personality. And then the snog, I'd give a 7 out of 10. He was a really good kisser. So yeah, that is my first Dates with Kate story time. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Do be sure to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let me know if you would like some more of these story time videos. I'd be more than happy to film them. I have got some other very bizarre dates that I've been on, perhaps even more bizarre than this one. This was very innocent in the scheme of things. Have a lovely day, guys, and I'll see you next Wednesday for my weekly vlog.